The universe has always been cruel, but hidden within its vast silence lies something far worse than any black hole you've ever heard of.
There is a place, a planet so merciless, so relentlessly unforgiving, that even black holes, the ultimate destroyers, seem almost merciful in comparison. Black holes end things quickly. They pull, they crush, they erase. But this planet doesn't just destroy, it lingers. It torments. It toys with every second of your existence. And the strangest part, almost nobody talks about it. It doesn't make headlines. It doesn't get the attention it deserves. Yet if you found yourself standing on its surface, no escape, no hope, you would beg for the quick, clean death of a black hole. Because here, death isn't immediate. Here, death is drawn out like a sick game of cosmic cruelty. Think about that for a second. A world where every natural force seems designed not simply to kill you, but to watch you suffer. To keep you alive, conscious, aware, while stripping you apart, one breath at a time. That is the hidden death planet scientists whisper about in private research papers, tucked away where no one notices. A world orbiting quietly in the cold abyss, waiting, existing. Like a predator that doesn't need to chase, because it knows prey eventually wanders too close. And if you were that prey, there would be no escape. Picture yourself arriving there. Your spacecraft rattling as it enters orbit! Sensors go wild. Warnings flash red. Radiation off the charts. Temperatures plummet to levels your instruments can barely register. The planet below doesn't look welcoming. Its atmosphere a sickly swirl of poisonous clouds, its surface scarred like the face of a tortured world. Your crew argues whether to descend, whether to risk the landing. But it's too late. Gravity has already chosen for you. It drags you down with invisible claws, stronger, heavier, more crushing than anything you've ever felt. By the time you realize you're falling, there's no fuel in the galaxy that could pull you back. And this is just the beginning. Because what happens next is worse. Your ship's hull groans. Metal bends. Oxygen tanks hiss. Outside, lightning, unlike anything on Earth, tears across the sky. Silent at first, then booming with a roar so deep it feels like it rattles your bones. The storm isn't water. It's methane, ammonia, acid chemicals that burn through metal as if it were paper. Each droplet that lands on your craft scars it, melts it, opens it up like wounds on flesh. You rush to seal doors. You rush to keep the poison out. But this planet isn't rushing. It knows time is on its side. It doesn't need to strike quickly. It waits. It lets you believe, even for a second, that maybe you can survive. And that's when the ground hits you. Or rather, it doesn't. Because on this planet, the surface is a trap. Layers of thick atmosphere pressed down with a weight you can't fight. Gravity so strong it crushes bone in an instant, pushes against you, and yet somehow, you're still alive. Every rib feels like it's breaking. Your lungs collapse against themselves. But your brain doesn't shut down. Your nerves don't stop screaming. You are forced to feel every single crack, every single tear, as though the planet designed this experience for one purpose: to see what it takes to make a human beg for oblivion. And if you think black holes are cruel, think again. A black hole doesn't care about your suffering. It pulls you in, stretches you, then erases you from existence. Quick, final done. But this planet is patient. It lets you cling to life while stripping everything away, layer by layer, until there's nothing left but raw awareness drowning in the horror of inevitability. Scientists call it a rogue planet, one without a sun to orbit, a world wandering the galaxy like a shadow. No warmth, no light, no comfort, just cold, endless night. Imagine trying to survive in darkness so complete. Your eyes become useless. Your body's natural rhythms collapse. Your mind begins to betray you. Time has no meaning here. Minutes stretch like hours. Hours like days. Until you no longer remember who you are. The cold gnaws at your skin until frostbite feels like fire. Then nothing but your brain, traitor that it is, stays awake long after your body begs for sleep. Now, let's make it worse. The ground itself isn't ground. Step outside, and what seems like rock crumbles beneath you. A crust floating on an ocean of chemicals so toxic, even breathing through a suit burns your lungs. You sink. Slowly. Too slowly. Your body is dragged down into a sea of liquid methane mixed with heavier elements. The pressure rises. Your suit crushes inward. Each bone in your body bends like glass about to shatter. Yet you do not die instantly. No, this planet ensures you feel every meter of descent, every extra ton of weight pressing against your skull until your thoughts blur but never vanish. And when the lightning strikes again because it will, it illuminates the ocean around you. Shapes move there. Yes, shapes. Scientists debate whether life could exist in such hostile conditions. But here, in the flashes, in the glimmers of sick green light, you swear you see movement. Something alive. Something adapted. Something that doesn't just survive. Here it thrives. And in that moment, as terror grips your chest tighter than the pressure ever could, you realize something dreadful. You are not just dying on this planet. You are being watched. Because what if this world isn't barren? What if evolution here created beings that consider this torment normal? Creatures that breathe poison, swim in acid, and walk on bones that don't break under gravity's crushing weight. To them, your suffering is entertainment. A fragile outsider gasping for air, breaking under pressures they call home. To them, you are prey. Weak. Temporarily. A flicker. And if one of them reaches you, claws scraping against the remains of your suit, what would you do? You can't run. You can't hide. All you can do is feel the slow touch of something alien wrapping around you, dragging you deeper into the dark, into the crushing silence, until you vanish without a trace. Now pause. Think carefully. Does this not make a black hole sound like mercy? At least a black hole swallows you in seconds compared to this drawn-out torture. At least a black hole doesn't let you hear your own bones snap one after another while you're still awake. At least a black hole doesn't let you taste poison in every breath, or see alien eyes studying you like a specimen. This planet. This hidden death planet. It doesn't just kill. It teaches you what it means to suffer first. And here's the cruelest part. We don't even know how many of these worlds exist. Astronomers estimate there may be billions of rogue planets drifting silently between stars. Each one a nightmare waiting in the dark. Each one a potential executioner, more terrifying than the brightest supernova. Some may be icy tombs. Others, volcanic hells. But a few may be exactly like this. Planets so cruel, so twisted, that they make black holes look almost merciful. Now tell me this. If humanity ever dares to leave Earth for good, to colonize the galaxy, what happens when we stumble onto one of these places? What happens when explorers land on the wrong rock, thinking it's another Earth, only to realize it's the last thing they'll ever see? Because in the cold, endless night of space, it's not just the monsters we imagine that should terrify us. It's the planets themselves. The ones nobody talks about. The ones hidden in the dark. The ones waiting. So, the next time you look up at the stars and feel wonder, remember this: not all worlds are kind. Not all worlds are silent. Some are predators. Some are traps. Some are crueler than any black hole could ever be. And somewhere out there, drifting unseen, one of those death planets is waiting. Waiting for us.